Bucks starting lineup for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's the same one you've seen. It's the fourth straight game with no Chris and no Giannis, and the fact that they've gone with this lineup. Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, Brooke, Grayson, Drew Holiday has been the story. Back-to-back season highs in the last couple of games, but 3 days off for these Bucks, so we'll see how they handle that rest and relaxation that we heard with Zora's report. The Mega Bucks starting lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers: Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro getting his 18th start of the season. Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and Darius Garland. That man's going to have to go without Donovan Mitchell for the third straight game, out nursing a left groin injury that he suffered on Monday against the New Orleans Pelicans. I just hope that people recognize his game for things that not necessarily that throughout the season, and really for the best two-way player that he is here in the league.
You let the results speak for themselves. He is that guy, and I think people appreciate that. I think Giannis is very much that way. The way he attacks, the way he plays. Sometimes he does give the mean mug, and he gets after it, but turnover there for Drew, not a great start.
Darius Garland will pick it up and get the first two here for Drew's the kind of guy that he just wouldn't pull out a shot, you know, almost that he doesn't practice, or unless he's got to improvise. But he just does that time and time again. We love seeing it. Drew getting a break here, 23-19. 2 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Fadeaway. So he'll take a seat. A.J. Green now getting his first minutes. So a deep rotation still in this first quarter. Bud has gone 10 deep in this first quarter already. A.J. Green being the 10th player.
And there's two guys banged up, and Chris is out, and Giannis is out. There's no question. You got 15, 17 guys, if you include the two-way guys on roster. Might as well get some of those guys out there and give them some burn. And really, they have delivered. Think about the job AJ has done. It's been fantastic.
Cedi Osman knocks down the first. Time to take a quick message from Wendy's.
The 2023 Chevy Equinox. Find yours today at WisconsinDriveChevy.com. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Wendy's one of our sponsors. Chevy one of our sponsors. And Osman knocks down the second. It's a series where leads have not been safe, right? On the transition, Mobley gets the miss. Rubio, a three-point attempt. That's not there as Joe Ingles pulls it on the lane to do that.
That's one way to stop a run. Cleveland's, until they're feeling good. Garland's just kind of dancing with the ball. Mobley's scoring the ball, a little fade away, a little post up. Stop that momentum, get something to go your way. That's one way. Dunk on it.
And other than the oohs and the ahs of the arena, that kind of silenced the arena. If it can dunk, can do that as Osman gets the jumper to fall.
Yeah, and I think Coach Bud in 37, I think just showing that he can do so much. He talked about being more aggressive offensively. Garland with the deep three there. But just the job that he's done without Giannis, I think, has been really impressive, but not as impressive on the other side with Donovan Mitchell out for Garland.
Osman knew that that was a miss, and he chased down his own miss. You know it well, Steve. If you're a shooter, you know exactly where it's going to miss off the rim. That putback, part of a 13-2 Cavaliers run. 34-28 is the advantage. The guards.
If you haven't voted, you need to go get Drew Holiday in. Whoever hasn't voted, it's their fault at this point.
11:59. The polls close Eastern time. Cedi Osman lays it up on the left side with his right hand.
Yeah, Milwaukee really just having a problem as a very good defender to be able to become a really good offensive player and make touch shots like that in the paint, but not in the restricted area since he's not the biggest guy in the world. Holy cow.
A thunderous dunk, but immediately calls a timeout after that. Cavs have put together quite a run going into this timeout. All Darius Garland's got to do, the Cavs got to do, is find the big man. It's an 11-point edge. Largest lead has been 12 for the Cavs over the Bucks. We go inside the play, brought to you by Freighter and the Medical Bell. 42-36, inside 6 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Drew trying to back down Darius Garland. It finds Bobby, not there that time for that three-point attempt. Osman off the screen. Darius Garland now has it, right wing. Penetrating into the lane. Nearly turned it over. Somehow keeps in touch with it. I don't know how he does. He's got like a string on that basketball. Osman with a fadeaway shot.
He reminded me of Allen Iverson on that play. Just the
same fits with this lineup right now. And the reason Drew Holiday was able to create that foul is because he got a screen from Pat Connaughton. So the Bucks were using Pat Connaughton as the screener in a pick and roll. Just shows the guy's versatility.
Yeah, we've seen that several times with Pat. That's the beauty of the Bucks, right? They can go small, they can go big. Seen a jumbo lineup with Giannis.
They're always looking for ways to create advantages, and so I think you look at that and you go, hold on, Pat Connaughton, he's not a big guy. It's obviously going to be a disadvantage, but if you play in a certain way, which the Bucks do, they have a let it fly mentality from the perimeter, and if they can play small ball, I put on our team back in and say, fellas, listen, you just score more than your guy, and I'll leave you in. And it's just a very simple way of saying it might not be a perfect matchup, but if you play better and you outscore your guy, I'll leave you out there.
Just as simple as that. Splash for Joe Ingles. His best kind of Splash Mountain impression. Lefty style, 5 points. His first three-point attempt, by the way, coming there. Cedi Osman with the answer.
You can just sense the urgency really from both teams. Look, Milwaukee knocking down only 2 threes in the third quarter.
In this quarter from 3.
Just gotta love. I'm looking at the Bucks having 10 made threes at the end of the third quarter, thinking, oh boy, just to maintain that NBA record of 7 straight games with 18 or more. No one's ever done that before, and I'm thinking, they're not going to be able to do it. 8's so many, but it doesn't seem that tough anymore. They already got 14.
Yeah, it's tough to stop this guy, though.
Yeah, it is. And I think when you look at Evan Mobley.
So Cleveland will tie this regular season series 2 games to 2 games. We'll see what kind of interesting tiebreakers that might create at the end of the season when the playoff picture becomes clear.
Yeah, and this is it for the regular season, but like you said, there could certainly be a matchup later on in the playoffs, and I imagine both rosters, Donovan Mitchell, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton,